Good morning. Today is section 67, verses 8 through 14. And it's still just the Lord kind of challenging these people, saying, find a revelation that you feel is lacking and do better. And then he gives a couple of things. Mainly the what am I trying to say? How men receive visions, and how he works. So I'm just going to read two things that I felt were important. And the first one concerns verses 11 through 13, where he says, "No man has seen God at any time in the flesh, except quickened by the Spirit." So he's talking about how men receive revelation. And he's saying, unrighteous people cannot receive righteousness. So God is a holy person. No unclean thing can enter into his presence. Therefore, a mortal, sinful man must be quickened by the Spirit before he can endure the presence of God. Which is a concept I've never thought about before. These people are having visions, seeing God, seeing heavenly visions, and they don't just come to someone who is unprepared, who is a sinful person. Being immortal, you are sinful, yes, but Heavenly Father doesn't say, but, yeah, you're sinful, but here you go. No, you have to, A, be willing and worthy, and 2, you have to be quickened by the Spirit. The natural mortal man cannot endure the presence of God. And then in verse 14, he says, "Continue in patience until you are perfected." And then I'm going to read this whole quote by Mark E. Peterson. Paul tells us that the church organization was given to us, among other reasons, for the perfecting of the saints. In spite of this commandment, and in spite of this statement of Paul, there are some who believe that it is impossible for us to become perfect. Perfection is not for this life, they say, so why try? I would like to say that I believe with all my heart that if the Lord had any idea that we could not begin immortality on the march toward perfection, he would never have given us that commandment. Neither would he have given us a church organization for the perfecting of the saints. I believe that in many ways, here and now in mortality, we can begin to perfect ourselves. A certain degree of perfection is attainable in this life. I believe that we can be 100% perfect, for instance, in abstaining from the use of tea and coffee. We can be 100% perfect in abstaining from liquor and tobacco. We can be 100% perfect in abstaining from eating 2 meals on fast day and giving to the bishop as fast offering the value of those 2 meals from which we abstain. We can be 100% perfect in keeping the commandment which says that we shall not profane the name of God. We can be perfect in keeping the commandments which say thou shalt not commit adultery. We can be perfect in keeping the commandment which says thou shalt not steal. We can become perfect in keeping various others of the commandments that the Lord has given us. I am confident that one of the great desires of the Lord of God is that we shall keep that great commandment which says, "Be ye therefore perfect." I loved this quote because I think we get caught up sometimes in the, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing this, and oh, if I was only better at this, and oh, I need to try harder in this and I need to do better in this, which realizing our weaknesses and our shortcomings is good so that we can improve upon them. But, excuse me. But in that we can't, what is it called? Toxic perfectionism. The point I'm trying to get to is that we can be perfect in keeping some of the commandments, and we need to recognize that and be like, you know what, today I didn't, well, what's something? Nope, I judged yesterday. Let's see. Nope, I was proud yesterday too. Well, yesterday I didn't curse. And yesterday I tried to show forth a little bit of charity and, you know, be like, I was perfect in not taking the name of the Lord in vain. I did that perfectly yesterday, you know. So I recognize my shortcomings. I realize what I need to do better in. It's hard when you work in customer service, but I can try harder. Anyways, I'm going to stop rambling now. That was section 67, verses 8 through 14. We will see you tomorrow.